Welcome. Thank you so much for joining us here on the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. I'm Deb Gillard, your host on this program, which is Wednesday, May 18th. We're very, very happy to have you today. Coming up, our first segment of the program, we are going to be out on location with an interview with the recently named Teacher of the Year, Scott Noet, and so we hope you stay with us for that. And a little bit later on in the program, back here in the studio for the Steele County Humane Society. So we will be doing that all in our program today. We, of course, want to encourage you to like us on Facebook and find us all over the internet. And also, if you have ideas that you want to pass along to us for show topics, guest ideas, and some of those informational pieces that we pass along at the end of the program, please do send those to owatonnatoday@charter.net, and Leanne will be happy to get those going for you. As I mentioned on Monday's program as well, you'll see me probably waving around a purple cast here, all in support of Walk to End Alzheimer's. Not really. Not really. Broke my hand. But the purple is for that. So there we go. So just so it doesn't catch you off guard, this program is it's the little bone in my hand that's broken, and it's just dumb and annoying. So there you go. We'll take this break, though, for our Owatonna Today Show sponsors, and then we're going to get to know Dr. Noet. Maybe he's a doctor. I don't think he is. Mr. Scott Noet a little bit better. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Brenda with the Mortgage Office of Brenda Bednar, aligned with American Mortgage and Equity Consultants, where closings feel right from the beginning. I'm a proud supporter of the Owatonna Today Show.
Owatonna Public Utilities, real people, real reliable, real progress. Making life a little easier day after day, taking pride in our community, listening to what you say, a voice you can talk to. We're growing with you in mind in everything we do. Owatonna Public Utilities.
Greetings from the Steele County Historical Society. We invite you to visit us and enjoy your county's history at the History Center and Village of Yesteryear. Check our website for current exhibits and monthly programs.
Welcome back to the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection. And we're in the classroom of the Teacher of the Year, Scott Noet, here at the Owatonna Junior High. Congratulations, Scott.
Thanks, and welcome to the classroom at the junior high.
Why don't you, to our viewers, why don't you share a little bit about yourself and how long you've been teaching?
Well, I've been teaching in this room for 18 years, but I've been in Owatonna for 19 overall. Oh, and 21 total. I did 2 years in Wisconsin before I came here.
Okay. And can I ask, what is it that you teach?
I teach 7th grade social studies, which 7th grade in Minnesota now is American history.
Okay. And what challenged you to get into teaching?
What challenged me? Well, I had a friend of mine that was actually teaching. And I went to his classroom one day, and he was teaching about Negro League baseball, which is one of my hobbies, kind of. And I got to talk to the kids and had a great time about something I was passionate about. And I said, hey, I could do this. This sounds pretty good.
So when you were sitting in the banquet last week and your name was announced, what emotion came over you? What were you thinking?
I was thinking, the electorate is definitely daft this whole year. No, it was very surprising to start with. And then after that, I started thinking, like, oh, I better get up there and say something, because I waited for a while. You know, the feelings hit you, and you kind of just step back for a second, kind of like a cold bucket of water, and then compose myself, and hopefully I didn't babble too much in my acceptance speech.
So now you won this Teacher of the Year, and just a quick question before we get into your classroom and what you do here. Will you go on to a further competition now? Is your name automatically
Yeah, it's automatically forwarded for the state Teacher of the Year, so I'll have some work to do.
Okay.
Yeah, this comes with a little bit of work to do, some responsibilities. I've already heard a few of them. I have to show up at certain things and hand out some scholarships, which is great to me, make people happy, so I think it'll be good. Well,
you sound like you're a fount of information, and you have a lot of interesting techniques that you use here in the classroom. Now, for our viewers, you're a teacher on a STEM, one of 2 STEM teams here at the junior high. And explain to our viewers, what is STEM?
Well, STEM is an acronym, and it stands for Science, Technology, Engineering, and Math, which I am none of. But here in Owatonna, we have a really, really unique program where we bring the humanities in with the sciences and math. So we try to hook those up together so the kids can see the connections. We do the connections, but eventually we hope that they're making those connections themselves.
Okay. So would you explain how your team works with those connections?
Yeah, I could do that. We have a team, and it consists of social studies, which is what I do, history, and language arts, and science, which is 7th grade life science, and math. And so when we get a chance to teach with a theme, we try to take it across all the curriculum that we can. As an example, when we do invasive species, about the movement of people, goods, and ideas, which is a geographical theme, we teach all the way across. Mr. Cater does a dissection of rusty crayfish, which are invasive species here in Minnesota. And I talk about international invasive species, like raccoons are going crazy right now in Germany because they have no predators. They were imported in the 20s during the raccoon coat phase. And in World War II, they let some go to have extra things to hunt. And now there's no predators, so they're exploding all over. So we talk about that in here. And then in English, they read a story about that, about how that happened. And then in math, they talk about exponential growth and how that applies in their math concepts. So we try to get it all the way across the curriculum. So the kids are talking about that certain topic 4 times a day.
Okay. So are the is the students' progress, is it noted by just testing alone or other things when you're working as a team like this in the STEM?
Well, in our level, the things that are tested are reading and math. So those are tested, and then science is tested in 8th grade. So yeah, there are tests that are involved in it, but we kind of look at it more as growth with the kids and making those connections and seeing how it applies to the real world and how they can use those, and portable skills like literacy skills among numeracy skills, and how they can apply that in different areas.
Okay. So even at the junior high level, you're working with them, thinking where they're going to be when they graduate high school. Do I hear that? Are you?
Yeah, we're trying to get them some 21st century skills that they can use, whether it's working in a group or the literacy that we said, very intentional, things like that they can take with them that are, like I said, are portable, and they can apply them further along in school or outside of school.
Now, let's say you find a student that's being a little bit challenged by testing, or maybe they're just having a rough time overall in accomplishing. They might accomplish everything, but maybe you know through the relationship they can do more. How do you help that student?
Well, first of all, it's in my area, the team helps a lot because we all sit down and meet about the kids, and we have 4 different professionals with a lot of experience able to give their input. And then from there, you can usually find something that's going to help each child, depending on where they're excelling, and maybe pull that into another classroom and approach it that way.
So what I hear you saying is finding where they have the most success and building them up.
Yeah, scaffold that up in other places. That really works well.
Would you say self-confidence then is really important?
I would say self-confidence is always very important,
Yeah.
Especially at this level, because there's a lot of changes going on inside and outside. And yeah, I think that self-confidence really helps them to take a chance maybe in another place that they wouldn't. And then they find some more success, and we can build on that, and it just goes from there.
How do you encourage them?
Any way that you can. Because each kid is different, and some take the encouragement and some want to be left alone. So you got to really know the kids, and then from there you can do pretty well, because they know that if you know a little something about them, they know that you care enough that you learn that, and then you can build on that usually.
So in a statement or two, what is your philosophy?
My philosophy, I would say obviously it's all about the kids. Kids come first, and even though they're 11, 12, 13 years old, they're all people, and they're all individuals, and they like to be known as individuals and address them that way, that they're all different, and that they all have something to offer, and they all have their own interests. And yeah, and then they're interesting. They don't know that they're interesting, but they are. A lot of them are. And then they start talking, yeah, I can do that, or yeah, I do know that. And then you can build on it from there.
Now, as I'm standing here and I look around your room, Germany's infused out throughout here. Could you tell me about the Transatlantic Outreach Program?
Yeah, I could tell you about that. It's one of my favorite programs. It's a private-public partnership between the German government and Robert Bosch, which is also in town here, and Deutsche Bank. And what they do so graciously is they take about 95 to 100 teachers to Germany every year. And it doesn't cost the teachers anything.
Wow.
And they go around Germany and learn about the culture and the education and environment and things that are going on in Germany. And all you have to do is write a lesson when you come back and do a presentation. And they have free curriculum they give in Canada and the US. And so I've worked with them many times. We've written some chapters with them in some of their books. We have a couple more chapters coming out now this next year on biodiversity and on green building and green architecture. So,
wow. And do you use a lot of these things in your classroom?
Use them all. They're all tried here first. So if they're not working, we tweak them and we get them ready and we get feedback from the kids. You know, what do you think about this? How can we change it? So the kids are actually involved with us.
Yeah. Some of the discussions that we had prior to you coming on air, you have an interest in traveling, but you just don't travel to travel. You travel to incorporate it.
With a purpose. With a purpose. Yeah, what I can bring back. You know, like Mongolia was amazing. Brought a lot of stuff back from there. New Zealand. South Africa twice. Really good stuff, especially environmental things that are going on in other countries and how people are trying to live sustainably is very interesting.
And where are you traveling this summer?
I am going out to Monterey Bay, and I'm going to work with the National Endowment for Humanities, reading Steinbeck and how he used the environment in his writing.
Okay, great. Well, we've enjoyed interviewing you today, and
thanks.
Our Teacher of the Year. Congratulations. We wish you well on the state level. Before we sign off, could you just share what would you recommend to somebody who's coming on board to teach right now out of college?
Wow. It's a lot different coming out of college now. There's a lot more hoops to jump through. But once you get here, it's all about the kids. And know those kids backwards and forwards. And once you do, there's a National Teacher of the Year. He gave a speech at the White House a couple of years ago. And he said, if you have a relationship with a kid, you can teach them anything. And I totally agree with that.
Well, thank you. We're glad to have you here in
Thanks.
Owatonna. And again, congratulations.
Thank you.
We will take a short break to hear a word from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back. So please stay with us.
Looking for that perfect birthday party idea for your child? I have exactly what you're looking for, a pool or gym party at the West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center. Hi, this is Brad. Contact me today at 774-7102 to schedule the party every child will love. Birthday party packages are available year-round. West Hills Tennis and Fitness Center, encouraging and promoting a healthy lifestyle.
Hello, I'm Glenn Mager.
And I'm Michael Mager with the Brick Mager Funeral Home and the Medford Funeral Home. At Brick Mager, we are privileged to have served the families of Steele County community for 118 years.
Whether you choose traditional burial or cremation, we promise the tribute your loved one deserves with the peace of mind that you require.
We are proud to be part of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, this is Barry Gillespie, president of ERA Gillespie Real Estate, where our pledge is to save you money, save you time, and simplify your life. And we're proud supporters of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hello, I'm David Einhaus with the Owatonna Foundation. Thank you to all of our donors who have helped make Owatonna a better place to live. Will you join us today with a financial gift? Owatonna Foundation is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Welcome back, and thank you again for joining us here on the Owatonna Today Show, your community connection since 1991. And we have Cathy Lindekugel. Hi, Cathy.
Hi.
And we have Leanne Peterson. Hi,
Good
Leanne.
morning.
How are you? And we have Don. How are you, Don?
Good morning.
Way to go, a talking cat we got from the Humane Society. Steele County Humane Society representatives with us, and of course, the Steele County Humane Society pet that's looking for its forever home. And Don is, look at what a sweet boy he is. Leanne, tell me a little bit about him.
Well, Don is about 2.5 years old. He was a surrender, and he's been with me for I would say approximately 6 months now.
Okay.
He's just a wonderful, loving boy.
Look
He's
at
current on
him.
his shots. He's fixed and he's microchipped, and he's all ready to go to his forever home.
Oh, he's beautiful. Look at those eyes. And he's just sweet. Look, and he's a bigger cat.
He's a bigger
I know
boy,
some
yes.
people, I've said I've always had large cats in my life when I've had kitties, and so I tend to like the bigger, solid cat a little bit more. And you're one of those, Don, aren't you?
Yes, he definitely is a good-sized boy, but he's just very, very, very mellow.
Yeah.
Very mellow. Very good boy.
Oh, he is.
Gets along well with
sweet.
other animals,
Okay.
or other cats, I should say.
Other cats,
Yep.
which is always good
Yep.
too. And that's the nice thing too. A lot of times in your fostering, you do get a sense, or well, more than just a sense. You definitely know that which animals, cats, dogs, are going to be good with kids or not, with older folks or not, with other cats, pets, dogs, or not. And that's really important, I think, because some
yes.
people are wanting them to come into a home with maybe younger kids. Maybe that's not going to work so well, and all the fast moves and everything. But someone with a little bit older children or a different situation. So that is the nice thing about having a and getting I think a pet from the Humane Society is you have so much of their personality is already there.
Well, and with being in a foster home too, as we are foster home based, it helps because you're able to work with the animals, and stuff, and you can feel them out more, a little more and stuff. So,
Do get to know him. Look at, he's so pretty. Let's talk, since we're on that subject, let's talk a little bit about foster homes. What does it take to be a foster home for a Humane Society pet? What do you need? What do you need to do? And are you looking for people to do it?
We're always looking for people to do it.
Okay.
The
Because
more-
we don't have a shelter, right?
Right.
We are definitely foster home based, as you mentioned.
So we're really limited. The amount of animals that we can take in is limited by the amount of foster homes that we have. So the more homes we have, the more animals we can save. So, and it doesn't take anything special. You just need to provide love and water and be able to take them to the vet and to adoption days. We provide food. We do all the vetting. We, take care of any issues that the animal would
medical
have.
issues,
Okay, well, and that's important because someone maybe might have thought if they take in a foster animal, they may have to buy the food. Can I afford that? Do I have to take them to the vet? So there's the great questions that you've just answered.
Yeah, there's a lot of things about fostering, other than just the satisfaction of knowing that you've saved this animal, but also people who are kind of on the fence about getting a pet. This is a great way to say, to
see if it does work.
See if
for
it
you.
works.
see
If
how
you
a
want
pet
the
works in my home.
to see if you want the responsibility of a pet or not. So that's another thing I think some people do.
Okay.
Some people will do fostering very specifically to do foster to adopt, because then they're looking for a pet, but then they can kind of check to see if this particular pet works in their home before. So that happens as well.
Okay. My guess is that for those of you who foster, you many times have more than one pet.
Most times.
Yes. Yes, most times.
Okay. Well, I know that we've had Connie on the program, and we've had you guys, and I often hear you talking about more than one animal that you have in your home, or right now you were mentioning someone who is working with kittens who were not ready to be weaned, right? So they're
Yes,
bottle
they're
feeding.
being
and-
bottle feeding.
Okay. Oops, we got our claws in the tablecloth again. He gets upset when his claws go in the tablecloth.
Yeah.
Here you go, Don.
There you go, Don.
Here you go.
There.
Yeah. We're talking kitty talk now.
Yeah.
We start talking baby talk.
Well,
and
to
if he
put his
gets
2
upset,
cents
we'll
in.
just
Yeah.
have him back in his.
But
his
we get
crate.
into the bottle feeding and and stuff like that too, so they're not quite ready. So it's pretty much all aspects of animals, from day old to I just adopted a cat out that was 6 years old. So and I had him for 5 years. So
Really?
I had pretty much all of 6 years, I guess, because he came in as a kitten.
Okay.
So
And they have a lot of life left at that point.
Oh,
too.
yeah.
And I know there are actually some older animals sometimes that you get. They're actually like in seniors, you know, as senior citizens in the animal world, who also still need love and a home and maybe somebody who can provide a nice, quiet environment, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I have a foster dog right now named Rosa, who is a senior dog. She's a Chihuahua Pug mix.
Okay.
And she's a little on the snarky side. You know, she's got a lot of Chihuahua in her, so I have to be very careful on where she goes because if anybody knows a lot about Chihuahuas, you know, they're a little... Well, they're snarky. I mean, they just, they just are.
In their American Kennel Club description.
Snarky.
Yep, as they get older, snarky.
It is, and she's even, and then she's got some pug, which I also understand is a snarkier breed. So she's got like a double dose.
Let's just call it a lot of personality.
Yes, but she's we don't know exactly how old she is. I think she's older than 8, but probably not older than 12. Her teeth are good, so it's really hard to tell.
It's hard to
you know, if you know if she's really old or not. But she needs to go to a very quiet home.
Okay. And potentially somebody who has maybe had one of those breeds before
right,
and
so that they
understand,
understand,
right?
Yes.
And they know when you say snarky exactly what you're talking about.
And she means it in the best way.
I am most lovingly Rosa is snarky, right? But again,
we love her.
And that's what a lot of times I think happens. People find a breed of a dog. And cats not so much, obviously. We don't have too many different breeds, but a breed of a dog that they like or have had, and they do know, and there are a lot of personality traits that are different. So then to find somebody maybe that has had a Chihuahua or a Pug
so
is
they
kind of
know exactly what she's like would be perfect.
Okay. All right. One other thing I wanted to well, it's a couple other things. So we're talking about a lot right now about pets in your homes, but you also sometimes have animals with you that are not necessarily going to be adopted into a home. They maybe come from a outdoor environment and are not really going to settle into a home very well. And so you're sometimes looking for placement for those animals as well.
Whether it be a barn or something they could go into, or like a
shop.
auto shop or whatever, because these animals, you know, have been used to being outside, and we don't want to just turn them outside, you know, again, but they would not be adoptable, you know, as far as a loving pet for people, but we want to make sure they have a place they can be in.
Right.
So we're always looking for shops or like barns or something like that.
So
that
people
these
are
can
maybe
go
looking
to.
for a good Mauser or whatever.
Right.
And
A working cat.
The cat, working cat. Yes, the cat comes spayed, neutered. You know, those types of things. You're not going to worry about those, but you know, would maybe make a good company coming in and out, but a place to where they can kind of freely roam as they might have before.
Right.
And once that person starts feeding them and you know giving them
food
and water and treats and home, then it becomes their home.
Right. Then they stick around and then they work for you, and
then you know.
So keep that in mind. I guess that's something I had never thought of before. I'm always thinking of the Humane Society for pet type of things, but again, they're again too, depending on the personality of the pet and the background that you know of, some might be more suited for that. So make sure you talk to the folks at the Humane Society if that's something you want. Now, Pet Adoption Day. I have a tickle in my throat that won't go away. Pet Adoption Day is this Saturday.
It's at Hy-Vee.
Okay.
It's a special, well, I shouldn't say special. It is our normal month or day for the Pet Adoption Day. But it is going to be at Hy-Vee this time. And Hy-Vee is, I believe there's a 10%.
I think it's 10% discount on all pet products.
Pet products. And they are also going to have a bin out there for donations. If people would like to bring donations in of food or litter or whatever for us, we will have animals there. And we will have some of our product, you know, cat beds or dog beds and whatever and stuff, but we will have our animals there also. And
that's going to be 12 to 4.
Yes,
12 to 4. So that's even a little bit different time,
yes,
right?
it
Because
is.
you're usually
12 to 2 usually, so it's going to be a little bit longer.
It was the 2-hour segment. I just wasn't sure when. Okay, so
And
12 to 4 at Hy-Vee this Saturday, the 21st.
Yes, in the Hy-Vee in Owatonna.
Okay,
Yes,
Hy-Vee Owatonna, and we want to and you want to stop there, and so you'll maybe get to see Bob.
Don.
Sorry, Don, never changed your name. Well, we were talking about a Bob. I don't know. Before we went on, we were talking about something.
There was
named
a Bob, yes.
Don Bob, a cat named Bob. I don't
There was
know.
a cat
Don
named
Bob.
But
whatever.
Don definitely
You can
will
call me
be
whatever you want, Don. Then you call me Bev. I don't care.
But Don will be there.
Okay,
and whatever,
good.
along with
And a
other
number of
animals
other
and
animals.
stuff. Yep.
Let's talk about printer cartridges. So people would be normally taking their printer cartridges to Office Max Office Depot that we have here. they can help benefit the Humane Society if they would like.
Yeah, or if they normally throw them away,
Oh,
you
please
know,
don't.
yeah, don't. You can bring them to our office or bring them to any of our adoption days. And
He's tired of being out now.
Yes, I think he'll go back in there.
Say bye.
Bye,
Don.
Bye.
Oh, he's taking the cushion with him.
they can bring the printer cartridges
stuck
to
in there.
us, and then we turn them into whatever it is, Office Depot, I think it is now, and we get credit for that, and it helps us to buy our office supplies.
Very nice, because that's a nice, it's their part of their Max Perks, I think,
Yes,
or
it's
whatever
Max
it may
Perks.
have turned into with Office Depot.
But
So
it
a
does.
nice way, even if you've done it for yourself and you say, hey, this would be a great thing now to do for the Humane Society, turn them over to
Right.
you, or if you, like you say, have been throwing them away, don't throw them away. They are definitely of value to
they
you.
are actually worth money to us.
Yes.
Yes, it goes a long ways for supplies or printing or
Yep,
just what we
whatever.
need, for our office and stuff. So it helps a lot.
Okay.
Yes.
I think Leanne has contact information here. She's got SteeleCountyHumaneSociety.com. Also, there's a website, right? So if people want to go on and look at the,
Yep. Our website has our adoptable animals on it.
or to give a call, and that's 451-4512, and
Yep.
they will get the Humane Society office
Yes.
and be able to talk with somebody about any or all of these things that
That's
we talked
correct.
about.
They sure
Well,
will.
ladies, thanks for fostering. Thanks for bringing
Thank you.
Don. Thanks for
Thank
all the
you.
work that you do and all the rest of the volunteers too, and get a hold of them if you would like to also foster, have questions about any
Absolutely.
of this.
Yep.
Thanks again.
Thank you so much.
We'll take a break for our sponsors, and we'll be right back.
Boy, that went fast.
Yeah, it did.
Amy Swain Hearing Centers is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show. I'm Dr. Amy Swain, and I want everyone to hear better. I'm Deb Gillard with Brookdale Owatonna. We bring new life to senior living in our Alzheimer's and dementia care and our assisted living care communities. Brookdale Owatonna is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Hi, I'm Tim Anderson, the owner of Anytime Fitness, where we make getting healthy affordable and convenient. Anytime Fitness is a proud sponsor of the Owatonna Today Show.
Time to wrap up the program here on this Wednesday, May 18th, with a reminder that Spare Time Entertainment and Michelson Funeral Home are having a wine and beer tasting fundraiser to benefit the Owatonna Foundation. That will be tomorrow, May 19th from 5:30 to 7:30, and it will be at Michelson Funeral Home on Austin Road. Tickets right now are $10 in advance, or if you decide later that you want to go, they are $15 at the door tomorrow evening, and if you're buying in advance, they can be purchased at Michelson Funeral Home, Cedar Floral, Spare Time Entertainment, and the Owatonna Foundation office. So please take part in that if you would like. A couple of other things going on as we head into the weekend. Chastity Brown is performing as part of the Americana Showcase this Friday, May 20th at the Steele County History Center. That will begin at 7 o'clock. Tickets are available at the History Center or can be purchased online. They are available in advance or at the door. Members are $15 per person, non-members $20 per person, and that promises to be a great show. The Owatonna ALC cleanup, by the way, is earlier that day, so as they've been doing for many, many years, I'm not even sure how many. I'd love to remember that, but I don't. We'll see ALC students out cleaning up our downtown area and kind of around the periphery. They do a great job. They come out en masse. They clean up, they pick up, they sweep, they do all sorts of wonderful things to benefit our downtown community. So thanks in advance to the Owatonna ALC and for all that cleanup, and you'll see those kids out and their chaperones and teachers and doing all that good work. The Nancy Schroep Memorial Scholarship applications are due this Friday, so if you are a senior fast pitch softball player or a senior band member and you're interested in a $500 scholarship, please pick one of those up at the Career Center and get that filled out because it is due this Friday. That'll about wrap it up for today. Coming up on Friday's program, we will be hearing from the Owatonna Aces and talking about the hospital healing garden statue. So please join us on Friday. We'll see you then.